Good evening once again to all of you. Let's begin our today's presentation. Title is Portfolio Booster Part 2. Warm welcome to all of you. This is A.K. Asnani from Smart VRC, Bhopal. The current slump in stock market has given us great opportunity to provide boosts to our portfolio. So if we are in this orbit, this is the time to move into a higher orbit and to much higher orbit. This is an opportunity to move higher and higher orbit, and how it will boost our performance, we'll see. Couple of years back, I came across this kind of picture wherein it was stated that Warren Buffett has amassed 95% of his wealth after the age of 60. As you can see here, age of 60. After 60, this is the kind of wealth he has created. Let me tell you, no doubt Warren Buffett's performance is increasing year by year, and he has proved that how to multiply the wealth and what is the way to pick the stocks and how to create wealth. Huge wealth, not only for him, but also for his shareholders, his company investors. But there is also a fact that this kind of chart is not only applicable for Mr. Warren Buffett, but this kind of chart is applicable for all of us. Most of us create wealth, most of our wealth after a certain period. This is because of compounding. Yes, chart may not be that steep because he is Mr. Warren Buffett, but definitely we also create wealth exponentially, and the credit goes to a long-term investment and to the power of compounding. Let me tell you a small tale of two friends, Anil and Sunil. They joined the company at the same time. They were in the same cadre, and Anil was able to save 1 lakh rupees every year, and he invested into stock market. And Sunil wanted to enjoy his early years, and he invested in kind of luxury items. He purchased a good car, latest television, even went for a Europe tour. So for first 6 years, Anil saved 1 lakh per annum, and Sunil saved nil, no saving. And he didn't know much about the stocks, but he knew that stocks gave you the best returns. So he invested in a Sensex. And after 6 years, Anil stopped investing in the stock market. And Sunil, he said that I will beat Anil by investing 1 lakh per annum for rest of my period in this company. I mean to say, for about 60 years of age. So from 7 years to 40 years, he kept on investing 1 lakh rupees per annum, and he also got the similar kind of returns what the Anil got, that is about 15% per annum. That is the historical returns from stock market. So total investment made by Anil was only rupees 6 lakhs, and Sunil invested 34 lakhs. Now what happened at the time of retirement? This is how the returns came in for Anil and Sunil. This blue color chart is for Anil, and this brown color for Sunil. And this figure is in crores. So an investment of rupees 6 lakhs by Anil grew to about 10.2 crores at the time of retirement. And for Sunil, it was about 7.9 lakhs or maybe 7.8 lakhs. So, and mind you, one thing is there. Anil invested only rupees 6 lakhs, while Sunil invested 34 lakhs. Only difference was Anil started early. That is the power of compounding. Here is the total returns. As I said, final amount is 10.14 crores for Anil, and for Sunil it is only 7.65 crores. There is a difference of about 2.5 crores. Despite investing only 6 lakhs, Anil got 10.14 crores and Sunil invested 34 lakhs. For 34 long years, he invested 1 lakh rupees every year and he got 7.65 crores only. That is the power of compounding. That is the magic of compounding. The only formula which I have used during this my investment tourism, which I used in every kind of my research, is this compound interest formula. Name is compound, but this formula is very simple in a sense to understand it mathematically. The investment, the total amount at the end of investment is equal to the initial amount multiplied by 1 plus the rate of interest to the power number of years. And how it works is, because every time as you increase the number of years, interest also gets added. That is 1 plus I into 1 plus I into 1 plus I. Every time this I keeps on adding and getting multiplied. And that is how the compounding works. As you increase the number of years, it will do wonders. Now, those who find it difficult to use this formula of compound interest, there is a very simple way out. There is the rule of 72. Rule of 72 is something like this: years to double into the rate of return is equal to 72. Now, if you suppose the rate of interest is 12%, so how many years it will take to double your money? It will be 72 divided by 12, and that comes to 6. It is not a very 100% accurate formula, but of course you can get fairly good idea when the number of years varies from 3 to 6, 7 years. Then it works very well, up to 95, more than 95% accuracy, you get the results. So you can use this formula, then you need not have to even depend on this formula. Calculator is not required. Okay. Now this is how the BSE Sensex also works. As you see, over a period of time, it will appear that most of the gains happened during this time. About is this from this chart is from 1st January 1990 to till today, and it may appear that the major gains have happened after this period. This is about 2006 and 2007, but this is not the fact. The real figure comes out when you see this chart in logarithmic scale. This was the logarithmic scale. Yesterday also we discussed. So it is not that only after 2006 there was a great gains. There were gains earlier also, during this period also, and here it was a kind of a consolidation, and then the gains again resumed. So these are this red colored marks. These are the major declines in the history of BSE Sensex. And the yellow colored line, yellow colored figures are the decline in Sensex from the previous high. So 38% is the decline from this high, and 54% is from this high. So these are the major declines, and comparatively, our current decline is much less what we witnessed in 2008 and even during this 1992 big bull scam. Even during this year 2000 also, .com crash, market was down by 53%. So far, so good. Yeah, one thing I forgot to tell you. What is this blue colored figure? Blue colored is the performance. Initially, it is the performance of my portfolio. and thereafter it is the performance of smart billionaire picks, which is a part of our product Smart Gains. As you can see, most of the time, my portfolio or smart billionaire pick declined more than the Sensex because our portfolio is a mix. Our portfolio is a mix of all caps. It is a mix of large cap, mid cap, small cap. But Sensex is a collection of 30 stocks and all are large caps. So it is but natural when the market declines, mid and small cap stocks fall much sharper because these are the favorites of retail investors, and retail investor is the most emotional category among the rest of the investors. I mean to say, among the mutual funds, among the HNIs, among the foreign portfolio investors, etc. But what happened when the market bounced back? Market bounced back here by 359% from this low. This is in the year 1993 or 94. Here it bounced back by 127%. Here it is 1998. It bounced back by 99%. And in 2008, it was 277%. And the latest one is 371%. What happened to our portfolio? Our portfolio, 359 against 359%. My portfolio bounced back by 507%. Here against 127, it bounced back by 191%. Here again, it is 40% better than the Sensex returns. The same story here and the same story here. How it happened that when the market fell, that time our portfolio did underperform the BSE Sensex marginally. But when the market bounced back, it outperformed the Sensex by wide margins. That is the main topic of today, the boosters. From where we got the boosters, what we did when the market crashed, that when the market bounced back, our portfolios gained much higher than the Sensex. And the point here I want to discuss is, with every gain, it gets compounded. Then after every crash, if you are able to outperform Sensex, then it keeps on multiplying. Every time when you outperform, it gets multiplied, it gets multiplied, it gets multiplied. And the final outcome is you will be able to perform far better than the index. Albert Einstein said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Unfortunately, most of the investors, they appreciate the power of compounding in a negative way. Means, I mean to say, they pay the interest. They pay the interest of car loans. They keep on paying the interest because it is because of the marketing people of the bank, I can say. They give you such lofty offers that you accept it without understanding that how long you have to pay and how much interest you are going to pay for it. There are very few investors who have understood the power of compounding and made billions and billions of rupees. So this is the total chart. Time is your friend, impulse is your enemy. Always think long term. Think in terms of the multiplication of your money in long term. Don't take instantaneous decisions or don't look for impulsive returns. Don't take impulsive decisions to buy or sell the stocks. Morgan Housel, he says that it's hard to believe that over the last 100 years, the S&P 500, there is a US stock index, rose 273-fold. But adjusted for dividends, it rose 18,520-fold. Got it? पिछले 100 सालों में S&P 500 273 टाइम्स बढ़ा है, लेकिन अगर हम उसमें डिविडेंड भी इंक्लूड कर दें तो वो जो ग्रोथ है, instead of 273 it becomes 18,520. Unbelievable. Oh my god. is tremendous. So that is because of the power of compounding. Every year, if you are able, if you are getting a dividend yield of say 1 or 1.5%, then it gets multiplied year after year for 100 years, and that is how it makes the difference. You will appreciate that not even half of the mutual funds outperform the underlying index in long term. Yes, we will see this through an example. Suppose an active mutual fund performs as best as Sensex. हम ऐसा मान रहे हैं कि आपका जो active mutual fund है, it is able to outperform, it is able to perform as good as Sensex in the long term. लेकिन आप सभी लोग जानते होंगे कि उसमें एक 2% का करीब 2 से 2.25% का एक्सपेंस रेशियो होगा. एक्सपेंस रेशियो which accounts for the expenses of the mutual fund performance. Mutual fund को ऑपरेट करने के लिए जो लोग हैं वहां पे जो रिसर्च करते हैं, फंड मैनेजर है, उनकी फीस है, जो एरिया है, जो बिल्डिंग है, उसका लीज रेंट देना है, ये सब करीब 2% के आसपास आता है. हाउ इट मेक्स एन इम्पैक्ट इन इन्वेस्टर रिटर्न्स. ओके, दिस इज हाउ इट मेक्स द डिफरेंस. दिस फॉर 40 years. This chart is for 40 years, and we have assumed that investment is made for 1 lakh rupees, and the Sensex returns are about 15%, the long-term average. So after 40 years, that 1 lakh will turn into 200 something, about 200, I think 235 lakhs in case of BSE Sensex, while in case of this mutual fund, which has a 2% of expense ratio, this will grow to about 120 lakhs. So there is almost a 100% difference, or rather I should say the gains made by this mutual fund are 50% less than BSE Sensex. This is the power of compounding. अगर आप चाहेंगे तो पॉजिटिव्स में भी आ सकता है, आप यूज कर सकते हैं पावर कंपाउंडिंग को, और अगर आप नेगेटिव्स में जाएंगे तो यू कैन मेक सो मच ऑफ लॉस. अभी हमने बीएसई सेंसेक्स पे बात की कि 15% एवरेज रिटर्न्स है. अगर आप एक्टिवली अपना पोर्टफोलियो मैनेज करते हैं, एंड इफ यू हैव डेवलप्ड द कैपेबिलिटी टू पिक गुड स्टॉक्स, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ रिटर्न्स यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट. Now here is a chart. This is for 19 years. This smart billionaire picks, as I referred in my previous slide. This is nothing but a collection of stocks from the pick of the week. हम लोग जो advise करते हैं smart gains में, every week हम advise करते हैं pick of the week, और उसमें से selected stocks smart billionaire picks का formation है. तो सिर्फ Wednesday को ही changes कर. You cannot make any changes between one Wednesday to another Wednesday. And with that, we have been able to achieve compound annual growth rate of 23%. And it is more than 23.31% from last 19 years. And during this period, BSE Sensex has gained at the rate of 11.91%. And if suppose एक hypothetical mutual fund है जो कि Sensex के बराबर की performance लाता है, और उसमें अगर हम 2% को कम कर रहे हैं एक्सपेंस रेशियो के कारण, तो कंपाउंड रिटर्न्स जो है 2% कम हो जाएंगे, 9.91% हो जाएंगे. और जो आपने 1 लाख रुपए इन्वेस्ट किया है स्मार्ट बिलियनर पोर्टफोलियो में, इट्स करंट वैल्यू इज अबाउट 53-54 lakhs compared to BSE Sensex value of about 9 lakhs and this mutual fund value of 7 lakhs. So you're getting my point. 1 लाख रुपए आपने 1 लाख रुपए अगर आपने 2001 में इन्वेस्ट किए होते, तो आज उसकी वैल्यू, हमारा जो स्मार्ट बिलियनर पिक्स है, उसका वैल्यू 53 lakhs है. यही 1 लाख रुपए सेंसेक्स में अगर आपने लगाए होते तो उसकी वैल्यू 5 लाख रुपए है, 9 लाख रुपए है. और अगर कोई म्यूचुअल फंड होता है जिसमें आप 2% एक्सपेंस चार्जेस पे करते, तो उसकी वैल्यू करीब 7 लाख रुपए. दिस इज द पावर ऑफ कंपाउंडिंग. दिस इज द पावर ऑफ बूस्टर्स. हर क्रैश के साथ आपको अपने पोर्टफोलियो को रीऑर्गेनाइज करना है, उसको रीस्ट्रक्चर करना है, उसमें कुछ ऐसे बदलाव लाने हैं कि जब भी मार्केट उठेगा आपका पोर्टफोलियो should be way ahead of the market. Now this chart looks very simple. अगर मैंने आपको कहा कि 23.31% CAGR रिटर्न्स हैं, तो इस तरह के रिटर्न्स आएंगे. You will be very happy to see that. Same is there with BSE Sensex. 11.91% returns in last 19 years. Exceptionally good. लेकिन अगर मैं आपको कुछ ऐसा चार्ट दिखाऊं तो आप शायद घबरा जाएं. There are lots of ups and downs. This is again of the same chart, same है. सिर्फ मैं आपको ये रियल चार्ट दिखा रहा हूँ. इससे पहले जो मैंने आपको दिखाया था वो यूनिफॉर्म चार्ट था बिकॉज ऑफ द CAGR रिटर्न्स मैंने उसमें एज्यूम किए थे. तो इसमें आपको बड़ा यूनिफॉर्म चार्ट लग रहा था और बहुत कंफर्टेबल लग रहे थे उसमें. बट द सेम चार्ट जब एक्चुअल चार्ट होता है वो कुछ इस तरह का होता है. And this for the BSE Sensex. As you can see in 2008, this portfolio went down very, very sharply. And we learned many lessons here. And that is the reason why we bounced back, made the changes. We took very hard decisions there. It was opposed by many of my investor friends and subscribers. But we bounced back much earlier than the Sensex. And then from there on, our performance kept on increasing. You can see the difference between these two kept on increasing. आपको अभी जो फॉल है आपको बहुत शार्प लग रहा होगा compared to Sensex, but as I said, this is not the right way of looking at the graph. So आप logarithmic chart में देखेंगे, then only you can compare how this fall compares with this fall. This is the same chart, gains are same, but as I said, there is a simple 23% CAGR and there is an actual chart. So look for only long term, how much gains you make. Don't look for the short term fluctuations. This gives you an opportunity to boost your portfolio, not to fear you. Okay. So this is the BSE Sensex, जो हम boosters की बात कर रहे हैं. So these are the opportunities जहाँ पे कि हमको boosters हमारे portfolio को एक boost देने की opportunities आई. This I have indicated like pearls. ये एक ऐसा pearl है. आपको एक opportunity दी जा रही है कि आप pick the pearl and boost your portfolio. So boosters दो तरीके से हो सकते हैं. एक तो मैंने आपको कहा है कि आप अपने पूरे जो पोर्टफोलियो है उसको आप रीऑर्गेनाइज करिए. तो आप देखिए कि कौन-कौन से सेक्टर्स आउटगोइंग हैं, कौन-कौन से इनकमिंग हैं, कौन से सेक्टर्स में अब आने वाले टाइम में चेंजेस आ रहे हैं. हम सभी को पता है, हम पहले भी डिस्कस कर चुके हैं इस बारे में कि कौन-कौन से सेक्टर्स में इंप्रूवमेंट रहेगी. प्लस इफ यू हैव द मनी यू कैन मेक फ्रेश इन्वेस्टमेंट. क्योंकि आप इतने लो मार्केट में जब फ्रेश इन्वेस्टमेंट करेंगे तो नेचुरल है कि आपके टोटल रिटर्न्स को अच्छा एक बूस्ट मिलेगा. सो देयर आर टू बूस्टर्स अवेलेबल टू यू. फर्स्ट इज if you have the money, as I keep on repeating, divide it into 3 parts and this is the time to invest one part and wait agar market और गिरता है then you invest the remaining parts. And secondly, reorganize your portfolio. But you will get limited pearls. Pearls बार-बार नहीं आते. Pearls pick करने की opportunity 4-5 साल में एक बार आती है और अच्छे बहुत ही valuable pearls के लिए तो 7-8 साल में एक बार आती है. Don't miss this pearl. Thank you very much. This is what I wanted to share with you today. Hope you liked it and your feedback and suggestions are welcome. Thank you. Thank you very much.